Hey guys, and welcome back to Digital Marketing Masters. Today we got a blast from the past, an episode that was recorded in December of 2018, which we actually released in January 2019. And this was episode 1 of season 1 of Digital Marketing Masters. And the reason that it's still relevant is because the way that we handle reviews for our business has not changed that much. But I will interject and update you on what has changed since then. And a blast from the past, Jeremy Marcotte, who used to be the project manager at Hook Digital Marketing back in the day, and also was our co host. So that'll be fun to listen to episode number 1 and find out what's changed in the last 8 years.
Learn modern marketing that you can use to grow your business in today's competitive landscape. This is Digital Marketing Masters with Matt Rouse and Jeremy Marcotte.
So today we're going to talk about reviews, why they matter, where you get them, and how to make them better, and what's the difference between a review crime versus just a negative review. Sometimes people just suck at their business, but they think everything's a crime because, God forbid, somebody has a bad experience. And then we're going to talk about how to remove reviews, how people can remove reviews, and how to get more positive reviews. If you don't actually ask for a review, you're not going to get more reviews, whether they're positive or negative. You have to ask for the review before you can actually get it. I am Jeremy Marcotte. I'm the project manager for Hook Digital Marketing.
I'm Matt Rouse, and I'm one of the owners of Hook Digital Marketing, and also I write the books and the podcasts and that kind of stuff. One of the biggest things that people have talked with us about in the past for years and years and years is online reviews. Online reviews are like the scourge of the small business owner in many cases. Mm-hmm. You put all your heart and soul and everything into your work. You work really hard, and then some jerk goes on Yelp and says, oh, your place sucks, and this is terrible, and I hate you, and blah, 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 and whatever they say about you. And I mean, it hurts, right? When somebody negatively reviews you, because it's public, right? It's almost like a public humiliation.
And it feels like a personal jab, too.
Right. And it's like they put you in a cage and ran you around the city so people could throw tomatoes at you, like in medieval times, right? And there's two things. I mean, number one, everybody screws up sometimes. And it's not fair to publicly humiliate a business for making a mistake. But also, on the other side of the coin, you want people to share the good things about your business.
Right.
It's a double-edged sword. Everybody knows the review platforms, right? You got your, like Yelp, Google, you got Rip-Off Report. Rip-Off Report's super negative. Obviously, by the name, you could tell.
Facebook has reviews.
Right, Facebook has reviews. TripAdvisor and Angie's List. Right. And so there's all these ones for different industry-specific ones, right? There's one for housing and contractors. There's all kinds. There's like doctor review sites and nurse review sites. There's dentist review sites. You name it. There's a site for reviews for it. What most people don't know about these review sites, they think it's like they see it in a movie. Well, this guy slandered me and I'm going to sue him and take all his money. Da, 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 da. And the truth is that there was a court case about putting things on websites that is customer-generated content. It's user-generated content, and the owner of the website is not liable for the user-generated content, with the exception of some certain specifics like child pornography and things like that. Right. You can't put instructions on how to build a bomb on your website, but somebody can go on there and say that you make the worst grilled cheese in town. So
that's offensive.
It's offensive to grilled cheese.
Right.
Everybody should be positive about grilled cheese at all times.
I love grilled cheese, and they're my favorite. So how do you differentiate between somebody slandering your business and a genuine customer experience? How do they know? How do people know? How do the owners know?
They don't.
They don't.
Let's be clear about there's two different things we're talking about. Okay. When business owners talk, they say this review wasn't true, it wasn't my customer, or I mean, there's all kinds of things that happen. They reviewed the wrong business, whatever. But what we're actually talking about here is the review that somebody posted going to stay there, or can we get rid of it? And This is all we're talking about. Honestly, I don't care for this matter if it's true or not, because it doesn't matter if it's true whether somebody posts it.
Right.
Okay? I want you to be clear on this, really, really, really clear, because this matters a lot. Okay? Someone can go on a Yelp page or something to review your business who has never been there, has nothing to do with it, has never seen you, and can be like, this place sucks, 1 star, save. You can't do anything about it. That's the fact of the matter. You just can't do anything about it. Okay? So if that's happened, I'm sorry, but it's the way it is. There's no use complaining about the rain. It's going to fall from the sky, whether you want it to or not, right? The one thing that you do need to know is how to differentiate between something that you can get removed or something that you can't get removed, and then what are the strategies to getting it removed. And then we'll also talk about what are the strategies to use reviews to actually get a benefit. So we got both sides of the coin here.
Perfect. Let's get into it then. I get calls multiple times a week from people saying, "Can you remove this review? It's a bad review. I don't know this person or anything like that." And 9 times out of 10, it's about Yelp, and there's not a whole lot that can be done about it, right?
Right.
So what can someone do in that case? Let's say the review doesn't have nice language in it. Maybe they call somebody a name. Maybe they go after...
Right. So there's all kinds of reasons that you can get reviews removed. And maybe we should back up one step. I had a customer call me. This is actually like the first year our company was open. So anyways, somebody called me and they said, "Hey, I know you're doing our advertising, but we got this bad review from a customer and I know who it is, and I've like talked to them and I straightened it out, but they haven't removed the review. So I was wondering if you could remove it for me."
Ooh.
And I was like, well, honestly, I don't know. I've never tried to remove a review before. Is there just a delete button or what? So I went and looked.
Right.
Turns out you can't just delete reviews. Most people know this, okay? At this point, most people have tried to get rid of a bad review, and they know that you can't just go on Yelp and be like, "Can you delete this for me?" This is not going to happen. So then I started to think, well, what if somebody posts something super inappropriate? I have to remove it, right? If somebody's like swearing in a review or something, or says something really lewd, they have to be able to remove that. So there's got to be a process. What I did is I started researching the process to get it removed. Mm-hmm. And I found out they're like little DMV employees that work at Yelp and these places, right? They follow the letter of the law and nothing else. They're not there to help you. They're not there to fix problems for you. They say, if you fill out the correct paperwork and it fits into the law statute that I have, then we will do this thing for you. Wow. And what that is they have a list of terms of service that are posted on their website. And if a review goes against one of those terms of service, they will remove it.
Awesome.
Some examples, okay? So you have a business, you make grilled cheese, right?
Really good
grilled cheese. Okay, so somebody goes in, they have bad experience, maybe not, who cares? I mean, it doesn't matter for the point of this. They get out, they go on their phone, they review you, they say, "We went to get a grilled cheese and no one came and gave us any water for like 5 minutes while we were sitting there and didn't take our order, and I was in a hurry and that fat bitch wouldn't help us." Okay, they can't call somebody a name who is not the owner. They can call the owner a name.
Okay.
You just can't call someone who's an employee a name.
So profanity doesn't really matter to an extent?
Profanity matters depending upon what profanity it is. It's got to pretty much be like the 9 words you can't say on television or whatever that old skit used to be.
Okay.
I won't mention what they are here. But somebody can't go in and be like, "I can't believe that Indian girl didn't help me," because you're calling out nationality or race,
Okay.
right? So that's against reviews. You can't call somebody a bitch, or you can't be like, this fat lady wouldn't help me, right? So you can't do any of those things. So what happens is you go in to the platform, log in as the business. People often make the mistake where they go log in to like a personal account and go to the business and try and flag something. It doesn't work as well. You log in as the business. You hit the little flag button. Usually there's like a little flag at the top right corner. Hit the little flag button. Box pops up. You say, I think this shouldn't be on Yelp, or I think this shouldn't be on Google. And this is super important.
It's 2026, Matt here. And when it comes to reviews and the terms of service, the system is still the same. It has not changed, with one major exception. There is probably no employee at the other end. It's probably an automated system or an AI system that is going to make a decision if a negative review or a review that has profanity in it or whatever the cause is to get it reviewed, they are going to make that decision with an automated system. And a lot of times on these platforms, you can't enter any information anymore. You just kind of have to pick a category. So the best way to do it is to have a good understanding of the terms of service and pick the category. And an easy way that you can get around this is you could use your favorite chat bot, use your Claude or your Chat GPT or whatever it is, and you could paste in the review that you got from the client and say, I want to see if I can get this review removed for a TOS violation. That's a terms of service violation. And tell them what platform it's on and say, tell me which category I should select to give me the best chance of getting this review taken down. And it will tell you. And then you could go in. Usually there's like a flag button or something. You click on that, or there's like the three little dot menu. You click on that, you say report. You select the category that, ChatGPT or Claude told you to pick. And from there, you should get it taken down. It doesn't always work. It depends how flagrant of a terms of service violation it is. Another thing also to consider is I would always flag it, even if you don't think there's a TOS violation in there, like it's just negative and you just don't want it, because sometimes they'll take them down anyway. So it's a good idea to give it a shot regardless.
Okay, so you got a pen. You write this shit down right now. I believe this is against the terms of service.
Because
They called one of my employees a rude name and then quote what they said. Send. That's it. Don't put, this isn't true. I don't think this is my customer. This is spam, blah, 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 blah. The Yelp employee doesn't care. Here's what they care about. Is what they said against the terms of service? That's the only question they're asking.
All right.
Not, is it true? Does it matter for your business? How does it hurt your business? All they care about is this against the terms of service? Yes or no?
Okay.
Okay. So let's do another example.
I got a question about
Okay.
that. All right. They call my employee a fat bitch. Whatever, right? I am going to stick up for my employee because they make the best darn grilled cheese and serve water like nobody's business.
That's right.
I'm going to reply to that guy and I'm going to tell him what I think. Is that a good idea or not a good idea?
So first off, it's not a good idea.
Well, why not?
I know everyone tells you should reply to all your reviews, but that's terrible advice.
Well,
Okay?
fine.
Let me tell you why. First thing you want to do is flag it against the terms of service to try and get it removed, because as soon as you reply to it, that is a signal to the platform that that's true, and it makes it less likely to get removed if you've replied.
Awesome.
So there's a scoring system that's used by a computerized algorithm to determine how they think other people will care to read this or not. That is the determining factor. The determining factor has nothing to do with, is this good for your business?
Got it.
Okay? So if you do reply to it, it doesn't mean you can't get it removed.
Okay.
But if it's on the borderline, like let's say they said something less rude, like they said, our waitress was kind of slow and mean. Okay? That's a little derogatory, but it's not calling somebody a bad name, right?
Right.
If you reply to it, you're way less likely to get that removed
than if you just flag it immediately and say, they said a derogatory thing about my employees. I think this is against the terms of service.
Okay. Easy enough.
Right. So let's do another example. Let's say you have a business and let's say you're Bach to Rock, the music school where we're recording right now. Okay. Music school opens up on the corner of the street.
Mm-hmm.
Their owner comes to Yelp and reviews you and say, your music school sucks. Is that against the terms of service? Yes or no?
How do I prove that it was the business across the street that did it?
It's got his name on it.
It's got his name on it. Then yes, it is against the terms of service.
It is. It is against the terms of service for a conflict of interest where another business reviews you. The only way you can prove that is to show that his name is on yours, and you can say, go to this website and you can see that this is the owner of this competing business, and I believe this is against the terms of service.
So always say, I believe this is against the terms of service.
Always.
Because.
Yes.
Got it.
Because what you're doing is all of those flagged reviews on the entire system, it sorts them, and automatically a computer system sorts them and says, if it says something about going against the terms of service, give this to a real person to review.
Oh.
In some cases, the automated system may just automatically remove them without any person involved.
Huh.
And if that happens, it happens in like a day and a half.
But if it doesn't, it can take
3 to 6 weeks.
Awesome.
Sometimes even longer. So another example is review spam. So review spam is people who go and basically put reviews on a whole bunch of businesses, and they don't really say anything. Let's say I have a car dealership, and Jimmy's Used Cars on the other side of town is into some black hat SEO tactics and stuff, and he doesn't care what he has to do. He's going to burn everybody else down so that he can sell more cars. So he hires a company to go out, put up bad reviews on everybody, and they go to everybody's different car dealership in town, and they post 1 star, bad service, 1 star, bad service, 1 star, bad service on every single one.
Sounds effective.
So you get one of those, you click on the account of the person who left the review, and then look, and you can be, oh, they've left 70 bad reviews in the last 2 days or 3 weeks or whatever it is, that all are 1 star and they all say bad service.
Except for this one that says 5 stars and has more detail.
Yeah, except for the one that has 5 stars and says, oh, Jimmy sold me a used car and it was the greatest car in town, the best used car on the east side of Portland, because Portland has east side used cars.
That was oddly specific.
Really, I know. So anyway, in that case, you flag the review. You say, I believe this account is spam and they are review spam. And if you look at their account, you will see that they have left the same negative review for all the local businesses.
Okay.
Sometimes you can also see them and say, this negative review or this place has left reviews like in 17 countries in 2 days that they couldn't possibly go to. So this is a spam account.
Oh.
In that case, they won't just get rid of the one review for you. They will delete that person's account. When they delete that person's account, it gets rid of every review they've ever left.
Cool. But can't they just sign up and do it again?
Yes.
Different email address or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean, you may have to keep doing it, but it's unlikely that somebody will do it twice.
Okay.
Unless you're a really big company. If you're a really big company, then you don't care about reviews because you've got 4,000 reviews. Nobody's going to read 4,000 of them. They're going to read 2 good ones and 1 bad one. Sometimes 2 bad ones and 1 good one.
Oh, okay. So what's the difference between a review crime and just a bad review?
All right, this is the other thing. Somebody slandering you is not a crime on a website. People can go on a website and they can say anything they want. They can be like, let's say you have your grilled cheese restaurant. They can say, Jeremy sells the worst used cars in town. And you're like, but I don't sell cars.
It's a grilled cheese.
It's a grilled cheese shop.
Maybe I could do it in the shape of a car.
Right.
That would not be a good car. It would be a great grilled cheese,
Right.
but not a good car. Okay.
So, anyways, it's not slant. They can say, Jeremy, the owner, is a mean guy who does terrible things, and I don't think anyone should go to his business ever.
Okay.
Technically, you might be able to get that flagged and removed because they haven't left an honest review of the service that you provide.
Okay.
But it may sound slanderous, but it's not legally slanderous in the world of reviews. Because if you're going to go after somebody like Yelp in court, good luck. They're a multi-billion-dollar company who like half of their money is probably spent just on lawsuits, and no one ever wins. I've heard of a couple random ones that may or may not be true. It's hard to say. I don't really have any way to look them up. So what a real review crime is, somebody says something that will give them benefit in exchange for not leaving you a bad review.
Okay.
So if I come to your grilled cheese shop and I say, hey, good business you got there, Jeremy. I think you should give me $50 worth of free lunches. Otherwise, I'm going to post a review that says that you have maggots in your food. That sounds like a horrible thing to have happen.
And it sounds like extortion.
It is extortion. And that's the reason it's a crime.
All right. So how do you get more positive reviews? We've talked about bad reviews.
Right.
We know that there's not really a way to figure out how to, if it's real or not, unless it's another business owner. We've talked about the fact that some reviews are crimes because it's extortion, grilled cheese extortion.
There's one more thing that we should add to that about the extortion side.
Uh-huh.
It's against the terms of service of Google and Yelp and other places to try to pay someone to review you, but nothing says that you can't allow them to come back in to your business for you to fix a problem for them and have them remove the bad review they have.
I see that a lot, actually.
So here's an example. Let's say maybe car dealership. Somebody goes on and complains, I bought this car, I drove it home, then it leaked oil all over the floor. That's a problem, right? Because now your floor's got oil and shit all over it. Your car doesn't work because it's leaking oil, and they leave you a bad review. If you say, hey, here's the thing. You know what? I wish you'd have called me first, but it's no big deal either way. What I want you to do is we'll send a tow truck down, we'll pick up the car, we'll bring it in, and I'm going to send my guys from like Mott's Carpet Cleaning or whatever over to clean your concrete or your floor in your garage. We'll get that mess all cleaned up for you. We'll get your car fixed up. We'll get you back on the road. Would that make you happy? Now, sure, that's going to make me happy. I know it's a pain in the ass because we got to tow the car in again, but you know what? We're going to get it fixed for you, and I want you to make sure that you're happy. And once you do fix the problem, say, hey, remember that review that you left? That said we were terrible, but now we fixed your car and everything's good again. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's all good. I'll remove it. Thanks. I would love it if you would remove that for me.
Perfect.
All right. So the best way to get more reviews is to have really good customer service by far. Okay. There's an example in my book, Start Saying Yes, available on Amazon and audible.com. There's an example of a business. I don't want to get into it and ruin the book, but they have done things that are completely unique to their business that make people so excited and so happy that they can't wait to talk about it online. And all the people in their reviews mention those things. So an example would be we help people a lot with kind of difficult marketing problems and technical problems that have to do with marketing and websites. And sometimes they're not exactly related to the service that we're providing for them. So a good example is we had a law firm that's emailing stuff out to their clients, and a lot of times the clients don't get the email because it goes into their spam folder. So we had Scott Burson, my business partner and one of the owners, and he's the technical side of the marketing coin here. And Scott went in and figured out that he could add some records to their DNS. I don't want to get too complicated on it, but it fixed the problem, and their clients started getting their emails.
Yay.
So they come and review us and say what a wonderful job we do for them. Right? Doing things where you go above and beyond are a great way to get positive customer reviews. Another thing is just ask. I know it's difficult to ask a lot of times, especially when you have salespeople or people in your customer service department, getting it into their mind and in their script. Like once the customer's happy and they're about to walk out of the store or they're leaving, or it's an email receipt from your e-commerce store, whatever it is, you want to say, you know what? Hey, thanks again. If you have an account on like Yelp or Google, maybe throw us a positive review because that helps us out, lets other people find us, so that they can receive the great service that I hope that you feel that you received today.
Right.
The other thing you could do for positive reviews is have email follow-up. And email follow-up can be done several ways. One of those might be if you get somebody's email at the register, if you have an e-commerce store solution where the people just buy something and the whole transaction happens without a person involved, then you have an email that follows up after to ask them to review the product. Most of that can be automated. And then another thing you can do is you can actually use a review system
Right.
where it can send people a text message or, an email, and it can say, hey, I just wanted to let you know, thanks again for coming in. Here's a link if you wanted to review us. And you click the link, and then people can select 1 to 5 stars. And usually with those systems, if they select 3 or less stars, it sends you the email as the owner. But if they click 4 or 5 stars, it asks them if they want to post it on Google or Yelp or whatever other review site that you set it to, and then they can go review you there. And that's a way to kind of cut down the negative reviews and build up the positive reviews.
Right. So along those lines too, if you're sending a text message, I know from an iPhone, you can set up short codes. So maybe it's TYCFB, thank you for closed business, right? So when you send a message where you type out those letters, it'll send out and populate a full-on message. So it can be, hey, thanks for your visit today. If you had a good experience or anything like that, or you'd like to tell us honestly about your experience, please go to one of these links and leave us a review and tell us how we did. A lot of customers will give you their phone number or have already. So it's just an easy, quick way to do it. And most people have smartphones. Greg has another question. Is offering a special deal to a customer in exchange for a positive review wrong?
Well, we're not here to talk about the morality of what it is. We're here to talk about, is it against the terms of service, yes or no? And the answer there is yes. You cannot bribe someone to give you a review. However, they don't have any way to know that unless they see that you're doing it.
Right.
So if you want to do that or not is up to you. I'm not saying you should do it or you shouldn't do it. All I'm saying is that it is against the terms of service. And just on that same note, one thing that you can do to help with your customer service is to really think about what is the follow-up that you do after somebody makes a purchase or uses your business or your service. What are you telling them after? Are you contacting them at all? And if you are, what are you saying in that contact? And there is many studies on what's called buyer's remorse, which is after you make a purchase, you have a feeling about, did I make the right decision or not? And that doesn't matter who you are or what you're buying, unless it's some kind of instant gratification product. Usually people have a dip in their feeling about whether they made the right decision or not right after they bought it, and following up within the first 2 to 3 days with an extra email or an extra text message or a call to say, hey, thanks again for coming in, or what you did was great, and we'll see you again soon, and I can't wait, your stuff's on the way, or, whatever it is, can really help with that. And that can also lower the amount of returns that you get and increase the customer satisfaction and make you more likely to get a review.
Okay, awesome.
Digital Marketing Masters is brought to you by Hook SEO Digital Marketing. Our show is produced by Matthew Rouse and Scott Burson, mixed and edited by Silent Outburst Productions. I'm your announcer, Daniel D. Craig. We would love to hear your thoughts. Please leave us an honest review with your podcast provider. Your reviews help us help more business leaders just like you.